Welcome to Crackers and Milk. This is your host, David. I am joined by Jake and Mike today.
I almost got the first one. But Jake and Mike.
Well, you got it last time.
Oh, I don't even remember.
Yep.
No.
You did.
Awesome.
Today, our movie is 50 First Dates, starring Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. Jake has our synopsis.
Playboy vet Henry sets his heart on romancing Lucy, but she has short-term memory loss. She can't remember anything that happened the day before. So every morning, Henry has to woo her again. Her friends and family are very protective, and Henry must convince them that he's in it for love.
So, there it is. And then Jake, because this is Jake's movie, we get to hear from him again, and it is his paragraph, or whatever he wants to say about it, why he can't live without it.
So, when I was in my 20s, I went and saw this a few times. This is one of the greatest romantic comedies of all time. And as a 20-year-old male, you just went and saw Adam Sandler movies. That's what you did.
Yeah.
But this is the second movie in the romantic comedy trilogy between Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore.
Mm-hmm.
And just the setting, everything about it is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He's at his most likable in this movie.
Yeah.
And Adam Sandler can be hard to like sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And Drew Barrymore was just so adorable in this movie. And I don't know, it's just from her beating up Rob Schneider with a bat, Ula with a bat, to the montage of him meeting her, to the montage of them doing the first kiss. Just everything about it is awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
And just like what you said, this is a movie that I went to the theater and watched it 3 to 4 times when it was in theater. And he was most likable. Drew Barrymore was great. And then the music, too. To me, the music...
Oh, the soundtrack is awesome.
The soundtrack is awesome because he mixes 80s with some newer artists.
Well, the time. It was island music, but it was 80s songs.
Yeah. And that was awesome. And I remember one time I was talking to a person because they did at the end of the movie, they did the Over the Rainbow, Israel Kowali, however he says his last name.
Big, long Polynesian last name.
Yep.
They said, "Oh, that's going to be on the soundtrack." But I remember buying that soundtrack, and I was like,
"A bunch of movies that featured very heavily in the movie are not on the soundtrack."
No, and so you just have to be okay. Like you have to find those songs. But he did a really good job. He was likable. Drew Barrymore was really great. Sean Astin, Austin Astin was so funny in this movie.
Yeah.
A lot of his parts, for me, were laugh out loud.
So this was just after Return of the King.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So the last thing you remember watching him in is Return of the King. Yeah. Mr. Frodo. Yeah. I can't carry the ring, but I can carry you, Mr. Frodo. But, yeah, so he was hilarious in this.
Oh, yeah.
Super great. Loved him.
Loved his little
lisp.
So, doctor, a friend of mine, he's taking steroids and he keeps having lots of wet dreams, and I'm asking for a friend.
Lay off the juice.
Then 10 seconds, Tom, are you a little too old for wet dreams? He's like, hello. My name's Tom.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, and he's like, easy, big guy.
Which is great. The doctor, Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd was so
awesome.
funny. Yeah.
So perfect for the role.
Great, yeah.
So, do you know the connection to Tommy Boy from this movie?
Well,
so they go to the Callahan Institute.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is what you're talking about.
And
okay.
He references that it's paid for by the maker of auto parts, who gives the money to he's a can't say.
Philanthropist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that philanthropist. I turned into Sean Austin's
Isn't it
character.
philanthropist?
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Philanthropist.
At least
But, yeah.
somebody could pronounce it.
And
Good
so
one, Mike.
I'm positive that Dan Aykroyd and Adam Sandler put that in there because of their friend Chris Farley.
That's way cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's way cool.
And I think that's cool. Like, and how they referenced, also they referenced Happy Gilmore a little bit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
with
With
the golf
the
swing.
golf swing,
the
yes.
kids.
Because Ula's like,
Ula.
he's like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Yes.
Yeah. And then all of his buddies, of course, Adam Sandler, all of his buddies got in to...
Well, Kevin James
movies.
was in like 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, but all of his buddies got in.
Yeah.
The normal buddies.
Yeah.
Like Kevin James, the cross-eyed guy from Bobby Boucher, Waterboy.
Waterboy.
The quarterback from Waterboy. and then Farmer Fran from Waterboy.
Yeah.
They got in. And then I don't know about anybody else.
Well, Rob Schneider, right?
Rob Schneider did a... What's the guy who shot people? No, in one of his movies, like he shot, like in Billy Madison, he shot.
It's been a long time since I've seen Billy Madison.
He's also in. Never mind.
All right.
He's a good actor, though.
Well, that's what Adam Sandler does. Is he goes on vacation and brings all his buddies with him,
Yeah.
shoots a movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So be cool to do, be able to do, is like be big enough to do that. Like be like, well, I don't care. I'm just gonna make sure everybody gets a role in my movies.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It is way fun to watch. The other supporting character, Blake Clark, he plays the dad. Marlon.
Yeah.
I like that. That whole family is perfect. I love how much he cares for his daughter.
Yeah.
I love Sean on how dorky he is. And practicing moving his pectorals.
Tracy. a lot of things have changed.
Like, for me, the movie is so funny, but it is perfectly emotional. Like them getting the Sixth Sense tape out and repackaging it and repainting the garage and just how much love they have for this little girl. You know?
They wash those clothes so she can wear it again
every day.
Mm-hmm.
When Sean Astin puts the drops of the shampoo in there, and then he comes back to the bathroom. So
Yes.
it's so good at having an emotional part so quickly followed by something so hilarious.
Yeah.
The movie is so well written, so well performed,
Mm-hmm.
perfect cast.
And definitely, I think it goes back to Adam Sandler being the most likable. I think at this time he did. Like, Wedding Singer did a great job, but this one probably is better.
Yeah, because his characters are generally somewhat the same.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. He was going from a womanizer to a, high fidelity guy. And a lot of his other movies, he's going from a boy to a man.
Yeah.
Right.
And so then you have that emotional payoff with he's great, and this is the high point. And maybe Punch Drunk Love was around this time too, maybe a little bit before or a little bit after.
Yeah.
But it was just, and then the re-teaming of Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler, they did a great job.
They have
in
great
this one.
chemistry. That was proven in The Wedding Singer.
Yeah, and so it was awesome with him doing that, and just the perfect role at the right time, and the music was great. Everything was.
The chemistry and character development that I noticed, which I loved, was the very early on in the movie, in the first 7 minutes, I knew who Henry Roth was. No guessing who this guy was. No, we're going to develop this character. No, I knew this guy was a player, and that's what made the rest of the story so good.
The first act is somewhat of a gross out kind of.
Kind of like a normal Adam Sandler movie, though.
walrus vomiting all over that woman.
That was great.
That was so
Alexa.
funny. Go get one at the bottom of the barrel. Grabs it. Oh, I didn't know you were going to throw up on her that much. Or something.
I thought you were just going to burp.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But, yeah, the whole setup of Henry Roth, and then he really changes when he meets Lucy.
Huge change.
Yeah.
Huge change.
Which is just, I love it.
Which, like, to me, it's believable.
Yeah.
In that's what I think. That's what makes it where you can get behind Henry Roth a little bit more, because you see that it's like, yeah, but then you could always change your ways and get better.
Yeah.
And that's, so getting philosophical, going deep. That's what I like about 51st Dates. It's every day, what can I do to be better? How can I work on... I mean, he's not tricking her. He's just, how do I be a better person for her to love me?
Yeah.
I just, every day is just wonderful.
And I think his approach, like, you had the dad's approach and the brother's approach, which is good.
Yeah.
But then they had those emotional days where they're really bad.
Yeah.
But then they see the video, she starts seeing videos, and then it's not a big shock anymore, or that part isn't as bad in the long term of things. And so that was really cool to see that difference of a thing. And then at the end where she just sees a little bit of the video, oh, okay, so they even cut down that video to understand, to have her know where she's at, that sort of stuff.
Do you think this movie could be made today?
Not with Ula.
I was going to say, not with Ula.
You would have to have just a real Polly do it.
Yeah.
A real Hawaiian or Polly do it. And then, but that would be the only thing that I would say that wouldn't go over
that's
well.
That's pretty much what I was thinking, is that, they couldn't make this today.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And there would probably be there's probably, I would think that there's funny Pollys that would do it.
Oh yeah,
because you'd have to do a Polly on that one because of those kids and
But Rob Schneider was hilarious.
And like that's the thing, is like Rob Schneider, I know he's a white guy, but it's like
he does that Polynesian accent so good.
And it's just like he's one of those guys that could play something besides a white guy.
Well, yeah,
because it's like
swarthy enough.
Yeah, and it's so he exaggerates everything, so it's like whatever.
Even just all the jokes of everybody. Yeah. The one that made me laugh pretty funny was, okay, so Alexa, she's the ugly guy girl.
Yeah. Is that a man or a woman?
Yeah.
I had to look it up to make sure. I was like, okay, is that a girl or a boy? And she really is pretty, actually. Holy cow. They did a good job at making her look, wow.
Yeah.
But I know. Parents, if any children are listening, cover their ears. This to me, this was the fun. I love this when she says, "I prefer sausage to taco." I started laughing so hard.
Yes,
it was so funny. There's just so many one-liners, so many funny things.
Yes,
him talking to the walrus,
Jocko.
Yeah, talking to the walrus. Yeah, Jocko. Oh, you're dating her and her and her? It's just, that's great. The movie is hilarious.
I do like his Adam Sandler's, like where he couldn't go to the Hookie Lounge or the Hookie Cafe, and he had to start like doing other things. And I thought that was fun, like the Rob Schneider, him getting beat by Drew Barrymore.
Tears were in my eyes, and still. Yeah. I laughed so hard at that part. Yeah, you better run.
And like, where he's like, oh, he's okay, you probably got him. And she's like, I'm on a neighborhood watch, and she just starts still beating him. And it's so funny.
Like even the penguin out there, and then, where is she? Right over the.
So
Yeah.
And then he gets tied up, and he's like,
I already called the cops.
Don't call the cops.
They're on their way.
So funny. Oh,
Yeah.
so funny. I liked it.
And then after that first videotape in there with all her friends and all that, and wait, you make her fall in love with you every day?
Yeah.
Right.
Maya Rudolph smacks her. What's the matter with you? And then nothing like a first kiss.
Yep.
Oh, aren't first kisses the best? And then the line about this is the first time for you, but it's the 23rd time for me, so average it out. We're at about 12. Are you copping a Filski? Oh.
Well, and then I think, the movie, funny, great, happy, and then when she's taking him out of her life with the journal. Oh, gosh.
Oh,
that's brutal. And that part where it's raining and she says, "Can I have one last first kiss?" Man, I'm going to cry. I told you people, I would cry. That got me. I just oh, how terrible. One last first kiss, that would kill me.
I thought the Beach Boys, where he gave the Beach Boys the greatest hits to it, I remember seeing that. I was a fan of the Beach Boys before, but watching that movie, I became more of a fan, and I definitely liked that song because I think of that movie, and it's oh yeah, this and him going back, that was pretty cool. And where he said, "Oh yeah, I am a man of your dreams."
Right. Oh.
Seeing all those stuff, seeing all the pictures and all that stuff, and I often wonder, but I bet you it was people probably did send all those things to Adam, and he just showed them all.
Well, that would be really cool.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I think it would be interesting.
It seems hard to believe that she painted all those in 3 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, she was painting every day in that garage, that whole thing.
I know.
How much paint were they using?
And they painted
4 gallons of paint every day for a year.
That garage kept getting smaller and smaller.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, and I think when the dad came and said, "Oh, yeah, she's singing again."
That's right.
She only sings when she meets you.
Yeah. It would have been but at the end where she says that and then he gives it that and then
he's
they
out
meet
there,
up again. Yeah,
he turns around. Were you saying something to me? Ah, crap. And then when he goes back into I love it when he goes into there and he's, "What's your name, sir?" Just go.
Just go.
He can't even remember his own name.
I feel bad for him.
I feel bad for him. Yeah.
And I like Peanut Butter Cup. The
big
Peanut Butter Cup.
The big Polynesian guy.
Yeah.
Peanut Butter Cup. Hey, Peanut Butter Cup.
Yeah.
Then I like his part on the video. "Oh, hey, Lucy.
I'm the governor.
Why?
Just kidding. I'm too smart." So funny.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you have a favorite part, Jake?
All of it.
Okay.
So the first act, I don't really enjoy all that much. So everything after the first act, when he meets Lucy, love.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
But that's just my old man coming out.
Yeah.
Because I probably didn't have a problem with it when I went and saw it in the theater a whole bunch.
What about you, Mike?
Favorite part is the very, very end when she gets... And, man, I'm going to cry, people. When she gets to see her daughter every day. To me, I was just like... Oh, I just...
Yeah.
To me, the whole... That family, they're together. And, you get to meet your mom again. I'm like, oh, my gosh, meet your daughter. Oh, that's... But going deep again, that's how we should treat every day is.
Yeah.
Does this... treat it just like she would treat it? Oh, when we wake up in the morning, we should play that video in our brains and then meet our day,
Yeah.
one day.
Make our spouses fall in love with us every day.
Yes. Yep.
Well, yeah, and I remember reading one thing, going a little deep, where they said if you want a deeper relationship, also live in the past too. Go down memory lane.
Yeah.
where it's like you're going down memory lane when you are watching that video, so-called video every day. Like, hey, this person has done so wonderful, and whatever it is that helps you go down memory lane, so that they can feel that you're appreciative of them as an individual. So yeah, I think that's great. My favorite part is Sean Astin the whole time. Everything he does is just like, oh my gosh, you're so dumb but so funny. Like, when he goes to Adam Sandler and he's rushing him, and then Adam Sandler
flips him over.
He's like, go settle down. It's just so funny. Like, he makes me laugh the whole time.
So the old Asian guy at the Hukilau Cafe.
Oh, yes.
Are you staring at me or are you staring at her? Because you're making me really uncomfortable.
So funny. Oh,
and then after the first time, and they're dancing, and then they see each other.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a bee.
Yeah. And I don't know about you guys when somebody has said yes to you when you guys were dating. It's like you have that little celebration inside when someone says yes to you dating. Probably you had that when you guys met your wives and that sort of thing. And like I was like, oh yes, like before it would be a little bit more. When I was younger, I'd be louder, but now it's like, good, yes.
That's actually a good scene because that shows that they're kind of the same person.
Yeah.
These guys are meant for each other because they're both dorks and they're dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Yeah. I thought that was cool. Okay. Jake, how often would you say to watch this movie? Once a year?
Every year to 2 years, roughly.
Okay.
I love this movie.
Yeah.
It's the funniest one we've covered so far.
So far. Probably the funniest one we will.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you think, Mike?
1 to 2 years. I go with Jake.
I would agree. I think 1 to 2 years is a good time to watch this movie because then you space it out enough to forget how funny it is, and then you're reminded how funny it is, and it's like, okay, yeah, this is funny. Yeah. This is a funny movie.
Good movie.
And it's a good romantic movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. Please rate, subscribe, and leave a comment of what you thought of that movie, and watch the movie. Go watch the movie. So it's great. So thank you, and have a great day.